Thank you, everybody, for coming for session 2 of the Sorcerers of Rhand. We'll go ahead and kick this off with a recap from the last session. The players were kind of hired on by an eccentric Bith to hunt down, and he thinks that he has discovered a path that will lead to the Wills. He sent them to Tatooine, Mos Shuda, specifically, to rendezvous with a ne'er-do-well named Jet Nova. He seemed to hold the second piece of what the party was needing to kind of get started on their quest. However, they were betrayed. Timo the Hutt had taken an interest. The players were running for their lives. They ducked into a cantina where some Gamorreans had chased after them. Unfortunately, they were not able to blend into the crowd. A fight ensued. The players victorious. They were able to escape out of the system, and they headed to the planet Akiva. They were able to kind of activate the apparatus, and it led them to this kind of remote planet in the Outer Rim. There, they discovered, buried deep underneath the ground, remnants of an old, abandoned, kind of like a tomb within a geofront. It seemed to have some sort of dark side machinations, maybe a nexus in the Force. They were able to uncover a couple bits of information leading to 2 space stations, some odd cast of characters, kind of a wizened old man, a warrior like a young male, kind of almost princess-esque young female, and kind of an older visage of a woman with a particular toothy grin. They were also able to uncover a woman dressed in dark robes. Upon further exploration, they entered the tomb, and they found some odd-looking artifact. It almost beckoned to some of our players here, and upon touching it, the room felt cold, and the dancing machinations of the women in red. All right. I believe... Oh, other part. You guys had left the city, went back to the spaceport, where you encountered an old friend, Jet Nova. All right, we're going to start off. Players are roughly medium distance from their ship. Jet Nova and his crew are medium distance from the players. Jet kind of saunters in. Let me show you guys a picture. Sauntering in behind him are 2 lackeys, also carrying blaster pistols. As he kind of, again, moves up into medium range, he speaks to the players. Well. Seems you guys ran off before all the fun could happen. What do you do?
So, question. How did we cart out the artifact? Do we just have it, like, wrapped up somehow?
I believe someone wrapped it up in a piece of cloth or robes.
My thought was it would be in my cloak, like wrapped up in my cloak.
It's like we're not parading around with this obviously out.
No.
Okay, yeah.
I'm wearing it as a hat.
Okay, there we go. File will just kind of walk forward and say, "Oh, Jet, yeah. It's a shame we had to leave in such a hurry. We ran into a bit of trouble after talking with you last time."
Timo wants it back. I aims to collect.
See, now that's really strange, because I thought we had purchased it fair and square from you.
You did, but Timo made a much pricier offer. So, what's it gonna be? The easy way or the fun way?
Well, I mean, if you ask me, it seems like we could just kill you and head off to Timo and sell it to him ourselves.
Fun way it is. All right, so we are going to roll initiatives, but before we do that, we need to do a couple things. Everybody needs to roll a force die. Let's build our pool. Starting
Why are
off
we
good.
always like this?
So I count 4 dark side.
How can we tell? To be
They're
stupid.
black.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure. Don't at me.
But for the player participation in completing our on our Gilded page, our write-up, we're awarding them 2 bonus light side.
Yeah.
And
We're not completely screwed.
but we're also forgetting one other thing. We need to roll obligation. So if you guys in the chat bar could type out your total obligation.
I only have the one listed because she only knows of one of them. Do you want me to still do 15 or?
If you, it's however many points that you put into it. So if it's a 5 or a 10. All right. So this is the order that we're going off of. $28. So that would put us in Fezzik. Let's see what kind of obligation you have. It would take on the second one. Okay. So for strain, here's how this works. Everybody's max cap is temporarily lowered by 1, except for Fezzik. Yours drops by 2. Everybody set? And let's roll some initiative, some cools. All right, very good. So we were going to have 2 party slots. Jet, 3rd party slot. Minions, last party slot. Party has the floor.
Did I go?
You guys
would
decide as a
say-
group.
I would say I should be one of the first 2 to open up because I do have the cryoband shot with its blast, if I can pull that off. While they're still grouped together.
Be a bold maneuver. You'd have to move forward into close range.
I was going to try and avoid combat, actually. I was going to try a thing. But
Yeah, let her go a thing. She's been having machination.
You guys have the first 2 slots, so you both could technically do it.
it's not my machinations. You came up with it. But
Go ahead and do it.
can I spend a force point? And... oh no, what did I just do? Okay. I would like to spend... I'd like to introduce, put enough facts into the narrative,
Okay.
and I would like to make Jet interested in me and use that to my advantage.
Okay. How do you do this?
She will come forward and kind of look at him like, hey, Jet, it's been a little bit, hasn't it?
All right. So, for the force point, I want you to make a charm. You can upgrade one of your dice for free and also add in 2 boost die.
I can upgrade one for free and add in.
Add 2 boost die. The difficulty on this is going to be 2.
That's it.
2 purple. Success. Jet takes a moment, kind of looks at you, squints his eyes. Wait. Where do I know you from? He kind of hesitates. You know that you succeeded in at least kind of thwarting him a little bit, but we'll see what happens. Fezzik, I believe you said you were going next?
Seeing that he seems to be hesitating, I will go ahead and what kind of cover is in the area? Between us?
Crates and boxes. You can easily find something for cover if you need. However, it does take a maneuver.
Yeah, I will go ahead and use that maneuver then to push forward and get behind the nearest crate and just level my cryoban at them, but not fire.
Okay. Trying a gambit, knowing that the range is off. Because you are at medium range.
Yeah.
All right. Is that what you're attempting to do?
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see if any of them move closer or if Jet decides to call off his thugs, depending on how this plays out.
Okay. Jet's turn. He takes a moment, just straining his brain. Where was that? I'm sure we had a good time, didn't we, lass? You can reply if you like.
I mean, of course, if it was with you.
I'll give you one offer. Come, join me. He extends his hand as an olive branch. Do you deny him? Do you hold that? Does it just intend to stay there? What's going on in Arden world?
She'll hesitate a minute and kind of look like side-eye the rest of her party, hoping that her thought isn't like lost on them, and she'll slowly take a step forward.
Okay. Let's see, that was my slot. Next party slot.
You have anything you want to do, Moon?
Not really. I was just gonna head straight to the ship, since I have the pyramid object with me.
Alrighty, yeah. If you want to go ahead, you can do that. I don't have anything pressing.
All right.
Okay, I want to try and not to bring attention to myself, but like just start to like slowly back up and try and head towards the ship.
All right, so trying to skulk off. So you can do so, but it is going to require a stealth check. Let's see, Jet is distracted, so you're going to get 1 boost die. The minions are unaffected. They're kind of eyeing the situation. You're going to get 1 setback die. Difficulty is going to be 2.
How much difficulty?
2 purple.
Okay. And then let me spend that light side token so I can upgrade.
Unfortunately, you were not successful. The minions see you, but they're. Do you want to spend your advantage in any way?
Yeah, we'll give a boost to the next ally.
Okay. The minions see you. One of them speaks. Where's she going? All right. Minions' turn. They're going to move up into short range. They bring their guns to bear. They're aiming at the pilot. A flurry of bolts penetrate the air, burning smoke, as Pyrus kind of looks at himself unscathed. And it would be the last party slot.
Fi is gonna throw up his, like he's gonna do a little skedaddle jog to try and avoid getting shot, and then
Okay.
throw up his hands like, okay, hold on. All right, if she's joining you and it's 4-on-3, I don't like those odds. He'll kind of look to the left and right at his 2 seemingly remaining allies and say, I think we should just go give them all 4 of the artifacts, don't you think?
Did you say the word 4?
I said all 4 of the artifacts.
All right. How do you wish to portray this? You going to try to charm them? You going to try to coerce them?
Well, I was gonna eventually maybe work up to a negotiation type thing.
Okay.
Like, please don't kill us. We just, they're our mechanic has the dagger. She's got something we got from this temple, and there's another thing we got in the ship from the other temple.
All right. I will allow a negotiation. Be versus Jet. So difficulty is going to be 2. But go ahead and upgrade 1.
You said 2. I'm sorry, you're cutting out a little tiny bit.
Yep. So that is correct. Because Jet is a little flustered now.
Was that the right difficulty? Sorry.
Yes, it is. And add a boost die. And 1 blue.
Okay. Sorry, you're cutting out your last word like a little bit. I wasn't-
I'm probably letting go of the button too fast. All right. So Jet kind of looks at you. I thought it was gonna be the fun way, but have the last bring over all the goods.
Okay. Arden, you wanna get the other 2? Can I go get the one we hid in the ship?
Sure, I can do that.
All right, you can use one maneuver to move to short range. It would take 2 to make it all the way to the ship, but you would suffer 2 strain.
Me or Arden?
Whomever is moving towards the ship that is not G.
Okay, yeah, Fi will go kind of dashing off to the ship and suffer the 2 strain.
All right, you make it to the ship. You pop the hatch. It is technically a new round in combat. Players have the first 2 slots.
Can I be a crafty bastard, folk?
Do it.
By all means.
Fi is going to go make into the ship like he's going to go retrieve the other artifact, and he's going to head straight for the gun chamber.
Oh my. Did not see this coming. All right, so you move in towards the cockpit, settle down. That's one maneuver. You still have an action left if you wish.
I'm not sure what exactly I have to do for it, but I would like to turn the ship's guns on the thugs behind him.
First, you will have to start powering on the ship, and that is going to take 2 actions. So you can spend one of those right now.
All right.
Next player slot.
I have a stupid idea.
What's that?
You can go ahead, because I'm not really quite sure what I want to do yet, so.
Oh.
Be stupid.
And I will approach the 2 thugs, holding out, still keeping my hand on my my rifle, but keeping that down to my side, and holding out the dagger in my other hand, approaching like I'm about to hand it over. And then once I get within range, I'm going to quickly pull up my rifle and try to get that blast off.
Okay, so you're going to try a little bit of a deception here. I will allow you to do so. The difficulty is going to be 3, but it's not going to take your action. If you're successful, you'll have a bonus on your attack. If you're not successful, we'll see.
Hello?
Can you not hear me?
Not at all, sorry.
Mm-mm.
What the heck happened? It must have been Discord. Anyways, since you can hear me now, I will let you do a deception, but it's going to be a difficulty 3. If you succeed, then you will have a bonus on your attack. If you do not succeed, well, we'll see what happens.
Okay. Big money, no whammies. Ah.
Red.
Wait. Make sure I can do it on other people. It doesn't say. I got a new talent, Second Chances, from spending my experience, and it just once per encounter, choose 1 positive dice and re-roll them. So I will choose his blank green die and let him re-roll.
Okay. Sounds fair to me.
Oh, boo.
Of course.
It happens. Okay, so you may make your attack. You are at short range. And let's see. you are going to have 2 setback die.
And what's the difficulty?
Short range is always 1.
Okay. So I don't get the blast, but I do at least hit them for 7.
For 7 points. All right. Let me check their hit points. All right. Since it is a minion group, they work a little differently in this. It's basically pooled hit points. You caught one of them square with the cryo band. He shrieks in pain. The jig is up. The other one is going to try to blast you as soon as he can. However, it is Jet's turn. He goes, "Oh, you tricksy bastards!" As he pulls his light repeating blaster to bear. The closest person is Arden. Two successes. This is the last time you mess with Jet Nova. All right, you will take a lot of damage. You will take 8 points of damage minus your soak. And I believe that takes you over your wounds threshold.
Yep.
So
Sure
that
is.
is a critical hit.
What does that mean, if I may ask?
Apparently it is not listed in here. I don't think it has any setbacks, but I'm going to have to flip through the book to find it specifically. However, since you have reached your wound threshold, you drop where you are. You are not dead. You have to get 4 criticals on you. That is Jet's turn. Player turn.
So the only one who hasn't gone yet that's up is Moon, right?
That is correct.
Yeah. How far away is Arden from me?
So you you moved once, so short distance. You could easily make it over there in a maneuver.
Okay, can I get over to her and then like drag her off to like get some cover?
You absolutely can. What is your brawn? Okay, not too bad. All right. So if you're wanting to get into cover, you can do so, but it's going to cost you an extra maneuver, which is 2 strain.
That's fine.
All right. So minions' turn. They are going to try. Let's see. Because no, they're at short range. They're going to open fire on Fezzik. And since their minion group 1 has suffered wounds, they are going to drop accuracy. Unfortunately, they fire and miss as they try to find any sort of cover that they can afford. It would be top of the order.
We have 2 like in a row at the start, right?
That is correct.
Well, I'll take the first one and do my second action to finish booting up the ship.
All right, the ship comes to life. Systems dance, lights scatter across the boards. it finishes its preliminary diagnostic. The what do you have, dorsal and rear mounted, or fore and aft? I can't remember how your guns are set up. They kind of swing into position. The ship is alive.
It's dorsal and ventral, apparently.
There we go.
And so I can't fire yet because that's another action. You can't strain to do 2 actions.
Unfortunately, no, you cannot.
Well, I'll take my remaining maneuver to aim one of the cannons at Jet.
Okay, duly noted. Next party slot.
I will go ahead and turn my attention to Jet and turn his attention to the ship behind him and point out, I think if you know what's best for you, you may want to surrender before our pilot friend there blows you into lots of tiny little pieces.
All right. So are you wanting to, again, persuade, intimidate, which would be...
I guess
Like-
intimidate.
It's like coercion.
Yeah, coercion. Or are you just using it as kind of like a free talky action?
That's really mostly what I was going for, just trying to
Okay.
see what his reaction would be to that.
He kind of scoffs, but he looks at the ship and he does look back.
Can I use that moment as a distraction to shoot at him?
Bonus die.
Awesome. And he is also in short range right now, right?
He is, yes, short range.
Okay.
Ooh, success. Another cryoband shot. It kind of, the ice dances up his arm. He's, are you going to do a maneuver?
No, but I am going to activate my critical on that,
All right.
because I do get a third advantage from my heavy weapons. So, how do I do that?
Basically, we roll off the chart. Let me see if it works just as a generic.
And add 20 to that, because it has the Vicious 2 quality.
So maybe let's do this. I'm going to have to pull up a chart 1 second.
Ooh, that is a good roll.
That is a very good roll. So 108.
Oh, that's nasty.
That'd be horrific injury.
An icicle impacts the back of Jet Nova's skull. We playing Overwatch now, boys.
I thought it was on the back of one of these books, but that was just skills. Give me 1 second.
I posted it in Discord.
Oh, great.
Azure, are you just like a walking board game? No. You're so smart.
I just have Excel.
And he did look up
All right,
the
6.
previous one.
Yeah.
Ooh, agility. So, taking a little bit of bite out of his step, I'm going to go ahead and take my NPC slot. He is going to try to fire one last shot before doing 2 maneuvers. Let's see. The only one really around is going to be Fezzik.
Bring it.
Not the best pool. Oh, but still a success. 8 points damage as he uses 2 maneuvers to move from short to medium and starting to move into long. Third player slot. Which I believe would be Moon.
Yeah, can I try and quickly administer like some medicine onto Arden?
Okay. Medicine check. Since she is over the threshold, the difficulty is 3. How are you gonna? You guys know that she has stim packs on her. Are you gonna attempt to use one?
Yeah.
Okay, I will allow that.
Your turn for giblet touching.
There you go. Difficulty is set.
Okay.
Ugh. Arden, you're gonna be able to recover strain, which you don't have. But unfortunately, the wound was just too severe. You're not able to tend to it. At least not here, not now. All right, last party slot. 1 second. Sorry, NPC slot. Seeing Jet turn and run, the one of the minions tries to kind of drag the other one along, seeing that it's just not going to happen. Let's go. Lets them crumple to the floor and uses both maneuvers to move out, starting into long range. So top of the order.
Fi will crack his knuckles, look through the targeting computer, and point the 2 laser cannons at Jet Nova's.
All right. Roll me a gunnery check. They are from the ship. Let me calculate. That is going to be long range. So long would be 3 difficulty. I'm going to do this.
I get 1 boost since I aimed last turn. Look good? Well, why did it go away?
I don't know. I saw that too. So
Does that look good?
downgrade both the yellow. So green, 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 purple, purple, purple.
I have a rank in gunnery.
Right. I'm downgrading it to a green. There.
Oh, okay.
And then 1 more purple. There you go.
All right, so that's right.
Roll them beautiful dice. Oh, thank God.
Oh no.
So I imagine you just firing and spraying across the space dock right here. Just flame and spark as it strikes against the floor, nipping at Jet's heels. Unfortunately, he is going to come out unscathed. Next party slot.
Can I spend a light side token? I have a crazy idea to have a cleaning crew at the spaceport, having just freshly polished the floor right where Jet is running.
May the force be with us.
And with that, I will go
Momentarily, And I'm sorry, what was your action?
I'm going to try to give chase.
Okay. So, 2 maneuvers would put you... I got to think about this. You were in short. They are at medium. So 1 to medium, and then 1 to... Let me do this in my head real quick. 1 sec. You could spend 2 maneuvers to get into short range.
Okay, and that's 1 strain to do that.
2 strain if you take a second maneuver.
I'll give it a shot, but I'm pushing myself here.
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
Since he's caught up by the cleaner crew, go ahead and take a boost die as well.
Okay. That look right?
Hold on. I am going to spend a dark side. Upgrade that purple to a red. All right, let's do this. Oh, success. How much damage? 7?
Yes.
All right.
Let me just double check something real quick. I don't remember how blast works. Should have committed that to memory.
Blast will arc off and hit other characters. You can do so. However, it is going to hit the crew.
Yeah. Yeah, so it doesn't do any additional damage to the original target, though. So
That is
that's
correct.
not worth doing. Okay, so I guess I will use my advantage to give whatever anybody does next a boost die.
All right. So that was 2 player slots. Jet's turn. He is, again, going to spend maneuvers trying to push his way through the crowd out. And he's turning down and heading, I guess, parallel to the dock entry and is trying to make his escape. Player character slot.
Can I start to move Arden into the ship then?
Yeah, absolutely. Since you were short range, you can pick up Arden. That's going to pretty much take you up to the limit of your encumbrance. And with 2 maneuvers, you'll be boarding the ship. Minions at this point are going to kind of flee the scene as well. Fezzik, are you going to continue to give chase?
No, I am breathing really heavy, so I am going to head back to the ship.
All right. So let's come out of combat here. One success is a wound. 1 advantage is a strain. Player's choice, cool or discipline.
Nice. Ooh.
Too bad you don't have strain.
I know, right?
I
Isn't that the
know.
beauty? Okay, so you guys take a moment to lick your wounds. What is the plan? How quickly are you trying to get out of here?
Once Fi saw them starting to get away, he would have started prepping the ship to take off as soon as people got on board.
Now, hold on just a minute there before we head out. They managed to find us somehow. I think we should make sure we go over the ship, that there's no kind of tracking devices or anything like that.
We can check the inside when we're in orbit, so do a quick outside look if you must.
I will go ahead and attempt to do that.
All right, so we are going to make a perception check. We're going to set it at a difficulty 2. Fezzik takes a few moments to kind of scour the ship, looking for anything odd that wasn't supposed to be there. Comes up empty-handed, which is probably a good thing.
What's the
Mhm.
word, Fez?
I think we're good to go.
But go ahead and suffer that one strain.
Oh no.
I will head back in and head to my bunk and pass out.
Hunker out.
I will take the ship up once the doors are all shut. Get us into space.
All right, so kind of leaving in haste.
Yep.
All right.
E9, this is the spaceport. You are not authorized to leave.
My authorization is getting shot at. Suck.
We had no reports. It's C1419.
This is your report.
There are procedures to follow. I recommend you put your craft down or you will be put down.
I'll put it down if you can guarantee my safety.
Authorities are already on their way. Please allow them berth.
All right,
All right.
but what do you really do?
Can he do the car parking thing of hovering obnoxiously?
I guess let's look at intent. Do you plan to acquiesce and set down, or do you plan to just space off?
Fi will kind of turn his head and look back into the ship and call out, "What are we doing? Are we taking off or?"
If they're going to shoot us down, I think that's probably not something we'd want.
You don't think I could outrun them?
In the capital of the planet, probably not.
All right. I guess yeah, he'll wait.
All right, so playing it safe, setting down.
Yep.
All right, so you set down. You guys will be greeted with the port authorities. They are decently armored, decently gunned. Who is anybody going to come out to greet them, or are you going to just let them on board?
I will come out to greet them.
The kind of the leader of the group will kind of scan over the ship. What a hunk of junk!
Well, it's my hunk of junk.
Do you normally not follow procedures?
Not when we're getting shot at, no. Try to save our lives first.
I see. You said there were reports of a gunfire here?
Not reports of, we were getting shot at.
He kind of looks around. He's not an idiot. He can see the blaster scoring marks set into the kind of the concrete, not embankment, the floor of the place. I see. And where are these assailants?
Took off.
Well, we can't do much if you're going to give us so little.
Fi will flash his blinkers and glare at the cleaning crew through the windshield.
They're not cleaning your ship.
Have fun cleaning up my blood.
No, but they
Oh.
were witnesses.
Hmm.
They
That
can
is
attest.
true.
Let's see here.
As if they can't follow like the trail of blood from where I fell, like onto the ship.
Did he have an energy weapon or a slug thrower?
Energy. The leader of this group kind of looks around as you do the flashing lights. Ah, yes. Stay here. He kind of walks over to that group, speaks with them for a few moments, comes back. Well, there's not much that we can do here. I suggest you shunter off. He seems very quick to just let you go.
Well,
Fine.
much obliged.
Finally, someone sees sense as he smacks the steering wheel.
Do starships have steering wheels?
They do now.
I believe they have control yokes.
What?
Control yokes. Like airplanes? This isn't common knowledge.
I didn't
You
know
mean
that's
like
what they were called.
Like a joystick, right?
Yeah, like a joystick.
Why didn't you just call it that? Why did you have to call it like an egg yolk?
What? You're ruining my immersion.
I believe all starships are equipped with N64 controllers.
What's your profanity?
Okay.
How am I supposed to steer this egg?
So, you guys are free to go. They seem to leave the docking area, but again, they almost let you for making such a kerfuffle about this. They seem to be just like, okay, go away.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Press charges next time.
Yeah, once I'm back on the ship, I'll just grumble. Seems like they'd rather not have to deal with the trouble at all.
In that we are of the same mind, Fi says as he punches it.
All right. So you guys take off. You leave the space port. You go through. You transmit all transponder codes. Go through by the book. Yes.
More so this time, yes.
All right. So you guys will be allowed to leave. You have exited the atmosphere of the planet Akiva, which I think I didn't give you an image last time. Boom. There you go.
That's pretty.
I like.
All right. You guys get into space, and Fi, are you the only one in the cockpit, typically? You guys have no co-pilot?
I could probably help co-pilot and do astrogation stuff like that.
Okay. Blinking lights on the console. Looks like you have an incoming transmission.
Hit that for me, would you, Fi? Or Fez.
Who are you?
Talking to yourself again.
It's a habit.
I'll go ahead and hit the button.
All right. So you will be greeted by the voice of your benefactor. Oh, thank you. It's been a while. I was getting concerned.
Yeah, well, you had good reason to be concerned. It turns out that that Jet Nova fella you sent us to get the piece of the key from kind of stabbed us in the back and is hunting us down.
Oh, my apologies. Had I known that was going to happen, I would have sent more armed guards. But tell me, what have you discovered?
Well.
Nothing major to go off of, unfortunately.
Fi will kind of turn and look at Fez and like eye question.
Totally appropriate since you
don't know
guys are
what that
audio only.
Are like he's kind of trying to convey like, are we not telling him what we found under the temple?
I'll kind of do like an ixnay look, crossing my fingers.
Yeah, unfortunately we got run off from the gunfight. So thinking we're gonna hang out and lay low for a bit and try and get down on the planet again sometime here soon.
I see. That's unfortunate. For just let me do what I can. I will transfer you 1,000 credits. Hopefully, it will speed you along.
Well, thank you for your generosity. Hopefully we can smooth some palms with that.
Yes, please do everything that you can do. I look forward to our next meeting. Phyllis out. Or not Phyllis. Juxa out. Damn it, every
Everyone is
character in
me.
this campaign is now named Virus.
So, Virus Prime,
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Yeah, as the transmission shuts down, Val kind of lean back in what I can only assume is a reclining. And he'll like, okay, so why are we not telling him everything that we found?
well, for starters, as for where we're going to go next, not really much of a clue to go on. We know we're looking for a space station that's somewhere in the outer rim. I don't think he needs to know the details when we don't even know the details yet. As for that pyramid thing or any of the images we saw, I don't really know where his allegiances lie yet, so telling him about stuff like that seems like it could get dangerous.
I mean, you won't get arguments from me, and then that pyramid was creepy. I'm just not sure how long we can keep up pretending that we're not making any progress if we're going to keep following this rabbit hole.
Well, I'm not saying we don't tell him when we find something relevant to his quest, but I don't think that pyramid thing or any of the images we saw necessarily were.
All right, so we have at least one injured crewmate. Where am I pointing the ship?
Uh, that's actually a good question. I would say, out of character, I would say to put us someplace, because I assume between the two of us we would have enough idea of the local area, someplace where we can get medical attention that isn't Akiva.
Question, DM, is the spider droid like equipped for medical technology?
He is not.
Yeah, I was going to say we could put those credits to the purchase of a medical droid too.
Yeah, so yeah, DM, what would be a good like nearby but not too close planet that we could, reasonably get to?
You looking to lay low, or like are you looking for somewhere to go where you won't be noticed?
Mm,
Probably, yeah, but someplace that we could reasonably get medical attention.
Well, there's always the smuggler's moon.
Lay low in like a crowd rather than lay low in like the boondocks, I think.
There's always the smuggler's moon, Nar Shaddaa.
Because that was actually where I was thinking of going. That's Outer Rim, right?
It is in hut space, yes.
So, in character, if I will say, well, if we know one of the space station's outer rim, I have unfortunate contacts at Nar Shaddaa. We could maybe ask some questions there, get some attention for Arden in the back.
Sounds like a good idea. Just be aware that this particular ship we're flying in was stolen from the huts, so making a big spectacle of ourselves in hut space may not be a good idea.
Was he well known around the moon, or?
Well, the hut that I stole it from is kind of dead now, but the people that took over his particular operation may still be looking for it.
Well, I'll take our chances with that. Better than staying out here sitting ducks, and I'll try and plot a course for Nar Shaddaa.
All right, so let's look at some astrogate checks.
Were you rolling that, Fez, or am I?
I can roll it.
Can I give him a boost die from assistant?
Yep, you certainly can, and Astromex will also provide one boost die.
Okay. And what's the difficulty on that?
Astrogate, this is just going to be an average 2.
Okay.
Resounding success. I'm going to use those threats in just a little bit of a different fashion. All right, so as you guys plot course, consider this 1 day's rest. So you will naturally regain 1 wound. Arden, does that drop you under your threshold? Or even? I think you're even now.
Yeah, I think I was, because I was at 8, and then I took
6, which would have been 14.
So I would be at 13.
Okay, so 13.
Oh, that was a lot of wounds for a second.
Oh my God, how are you alive?
It wasn't letting me put it in.
Sorry, I kind of took the wheel there. All right, so it is a new day. You guys can perform medicine checks again, if you so desire. And as you guys move and fly over the smuggler's moon, there is a lot of traffic to be seen. Should be pretty easy to blend in here. This is where people go when they don't want to be seen. However, things are a little different from the last time you were here, Fi. You're seeing a lot of ships, a lot of big ships, both Republic and the Empire. They don't seem to be engaging each other, but both have kind of bolstered kind of a minor fleet here. Again, no conflict between, though as you kind of fly in, you will see the scoring on both sides. You make berth at a spaceport in Nar Shaddaa. For fees, it is 50 credits per day. And I think maybe now would be an opportune moment to take our short little break. So let's be back, I guess, close to the 10:40 mark.
Sounds good.
Okay.
And did we want to divide up that 1,000 credits between us, or should we start a group fund?
So it looks like there's a spot on the ship sheet for credits. Do you think we could store some of like a group fund there?
Yeah, we could do that.
At least the 1,000 to start out with, since he sent that over to us.
Yeah. Although I will point out that we cannot edit the ship, so
Yeah. Well, I say we just pay the 50 for the day out of that anyway, so
yeah.
we could just put 950 in the ship.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
And one of you needs to do a medicine check on Arden when we start again, and hopefully wake her ass up.
She did.
I could try that now while we're waiting. Head and use one of my, I think it's my only stim pack. Yeah, it's my only one.
Hey, there you go.
Hey.
Hey, Lamau. Decipher that for me.
So that brings you down to 12, I think. So I think you're still
Yes.
unconscious.
Yep, still unconscious, but at least I'm not over anymore.
It's been well, I'll do my second chance this thing again, so you can re-roll that blank green.
Is that once per encounter or
It
once per
says
session?
it says once per encounter.
I'd assume this is a new encounter.
We can ask when he gets back.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, so that would wake her up if we can use that.
Hey, babe.
Yeah.
Will you do me an absolute solid?
What's that?
Because I'm in my blanket cocoon. Will you bring me my med?
Where's your medicine at?
They're in the room with me. But I'm under a blanket. They're all tucked in. He did. I am under a blanket. And I'm plugged in, and I don't want to get up. And I'm feeling. My cat just discovered he could get out of our laundry room, and it was dark in there. So he is like mad squinting because it was so dark in the laundry room, and now he can't see. He's gotta adjust. You little bitch! I was just talking so sweet about you, and you left me. Sonny! Wow. If he comes and sits on your lap, I'm gonna be mad.
Nope.
Oh, he came back.
This is why I don't have a voice for Arden. I only have two voices. My voice and my cat voice.
He came back.
Okay, I am back.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
He is biting me now, so maybe he is on the dark.
The cat?
Wow, yeah.
Why are you like
You
this?
don't know the power of the dark side.
All right, I do see a couple medicine checks.
Yeah. Azur tried to heal Arden. I tried to use, if I'm able to, at your discretion, second chances to let him re-roll the blank.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that would be his total check.
Ah, nice. The critical does not disappear. Is everyone back?
I know I'm back.
Yeah, I
Yep.
believe so.
All right. So, as you guys have set down on Nar Shaddaa, what's the plan?
Gonna party like it's 1999.
You can. There's a lot of that. You into Jek Tar?
Sure.
First, you need to do a little doctoring of Arden and wake her up.
Yeah. As some first aid goes out, Arden will snap to.
Sleeping Beauty's awake.
Which one of you shot at him? Who shot?
Points at the gank.
I figured the jig was gonna be up.
Yeah, it was pretty up, but made a good light show there for a bit, Arden.
Yeah. We got away though, right? We're good?
For
We
now,
didn't get away. They ran away.
facing twin laser cannons will do that to a fella.
Can't say I disagree.
Yeah, to bring you up to speed, we got out of there. We're got a long ways off. We're on Nar Shaddaa now. We thought we could just chill out here for a minute, ask a couple questions, get you any more help that
Sounds good to me.
Okay, well, it has been quite a few years since I last set foot on this wretched planet, so let's just dive in, shall we?
All right. You guys gonna follow suit?
Sure. Oh, I
Yep.
meant to ask, since we did have a day's rest, how does that affect our strain, or does it?
I'm looking for the exact rule for right now, since you guys have pretty much had a full, well-deserved rest. Cut your strain in half.
Round up or down?
Round in your favor.
Okay.
That's typically how I do things, even for bad guys.
Well, what's our first order of business, fellas?
I think we could potentially look into purchasing a medical droid, since none of us are particularly skilled in that area. Perhaps this would be a good planet to do it on. Find something that's a little off books, so to speak.
As long as it's not going to try and stick any needles in my eye, I mean.
All right, so looking for shops, it sounds like.
Looking for illicit droid.
I don't know
Either
how.
that or anything that's just like been decommissioned that I could potentially put back together again. Something cheap enough like that. Since I don't think we can afford anything that's actually really super handy.
All right, so as you
I...
go ahead.
Sorry.
Nope, go right
I
ahead.
would be willing to throw in a couple of my credits if we're tight. On money, I mean.
Well, hopefully the 1,000 credit gift we got will cover us.
Yeah? That's the first I've heard of that
Oh yeah, I suppose you were out of it for that too. Our benefactor called us up, just so you're aware, in case we need to get our story straight. I didn't exactly reveal to him what we found in the temple, because, well, you were there. It was a little creepy and weird, and I don't know what he might want or not want with it. But we'll keep him up to speed when we find that space station and everything else. But I don't think he needs to know about that pyramid. But anyway, in that call, he told us he was going to send us 1,000 credits to help us on our way.
Sounds good to me, man.
Also, to interject here, our fabulous other GM in the community, Ryukin, has looked up a rule for me, and on a successful night's sleep, not only do you regain one wound, but you also regain all strain.
Nice.
So we're clear on strain then.
That is correct. You will start at 0.
I see.
Bet Arden is so glad to hear that. She was racking up those strain.
Right?
Yeah, I was so tired.
All right, so you guys set off the ship into the fabulous streets of Nar Shaddaa. You can see just a plethora of beings moving to and fro. Some kind of ne'er-do-wells. You'll see some kind of security about, though it's rather light. Pretty much anything could be gained here if you're willing to look hard enough and your pockets are deep enough. It sounds like the party is going to try to find some sort of junk shop. So let's do... let's see here. Streetwise would be applicable. Perception would be applicable.
Group check or a leader check?
Individuals. Unless you guys want to search as a group.
Either way is fine by me.
Yeah, I'm neutral either way.
I just know I am bad at those things.
Well, I can toss in a perception check.
Okay. Difficulty. A junk shop, not too difficult to find. We're going to do a 1 purple.
And I'll provide assistance on that.
All right. Boost die.
Okay.
Nothing quite fits what exactly you are looking for as you kind of scour the streets. Nothing along the lines. You'll find some weapon shops, a few odds and ends, probably somebody slinging spice, but no junk shops.
Spice?
It's a drug, a stimulant.
Oh.
It's Fusaka. All right.
Anybody else?
I know you're good at, what is it, either Streetwise or something, Rain?
I am.
She is trained.
I'm streetwise. Sorry, it's slow to scroll on my end.
You could throw that out there.
Oh, resounding success. As the group is kind of looking for this, Arden proclaims, "It's right here."
Get the rice out of your ears.
All right. Outside, you can see several kind of junk piles of what used to be droids. There's kind of flittering going on inside the shop as several patrons are indeed inside. I'm presuming you guys enter?
Bye.
Yep.
All right. So as you enter in, out of all the creatures in the known universe, you see a Jawa behind the counter.
Anyone here speak Jawa?
I
Well,
don't
I'd imagine
think I
it
do.
speaks common.
They speak broken basic.
I thought, huh. But that's the other system, the 5e one. Jawa couldn't speak basic.
Could be.
Okay, yeah, I was getting confused, sorry.
But again, this Jawa is not your typical. They're usually sand dwellers, scavengers. This one's a proper businessman.
Is he wearing a suit and tie?
No, not so much. As you guys walk up, his beady eyes kind of follow you in. Bablu!
Hello there.
Can I help?
Yeah, we're in the market for some sort of droid that could help patch us up after we've been in a rough scrap, anything like that.
He kind of looks around his shop. He's going to point over towards a gonk power droid. That do?
And I actually have no idea what that is. Is that anything in line with what we were talking about?
A power droid, think of it as a wandering power cell.
Oh, right. I just Googled, imaged it.
They walk around and go,
No,
gonk, gonk.
That's not really what we're thinking of.
He kind
For
of
people.
scratches at his hood. Oh, doctor.
Yes.
He kind of walks, kind of shunters over. You'll see two droids. One of them is mostly pristine. Seems to have all of its attachments in pretty good repair. And then there's the one that's kind of broken. You can see one of its photoreceptors kind of blinking as it kind of turns over to you. Yes, which? Good deal.
Fi will kind of stick his head on the shoulder of Fez and you're the mechanic. Can you take a look at them and make sure they're not piles of shit?
Well, that'd be up to the proprietor, I suppose, but I can try and negotiate for that.
Yeah,
I'll turn
if
to
you
the
want to do a
Jawa.
cursory mechanics check, it's going to be an easy one die roll.
Okay.
All right, so you're going to glean from this. The one droid that is pristine, it is a dedicated medical assistant. However, it's got a price tag of about 2,000 credits. The other droid, with some love and attention, it could do some basic needs. But, again, you're going to have to work on getting it up to full speed. It is offered for 400 credits.
The Jawas are the little guys.
Yes, they are the little guys.
Me.
Brown hoods, very bright eyes.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Well, in your semi-professional opinion, Fez, what's our best bet?
Well, the blinky one is definitely more in our price range, but Might be possible to negotiate for the more pristine one over there. May not have the cash, but perhaps some services could be traded.
The Jawa just kind of butts in on your conversation. You buy good price. He points over to the fancy droid.
Now, let's say we're interested in this fine fellow over here, but our funds are a little short. Is there anything we could do in that regard? I'm a particularly handy kind of guy, and if there's anything that you'd like fixing up around here, maybe, mark up the price for other customers afterwards, I wouldn't mind trading my services for a reduced cost on that guy.
The Jawa kind of scratches where his chin should be, thinks on it for a moment, and he's kind of excited, and he walks over to one of another droid. It seems to be some sort of combat droid. You fix, make good deal.
I can certainly do what I can.
You fix 1,200 credit.
And turn to the rest of the group. That's a pretty good negotiation there. That thing is originally 2,000, and 1,200 to put it right in our price range.
Sounds like a good deal to me.
See what you can do with it, I guess.
And I head back to the ship to get my toolkit.
Okay.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
And if not, Arden kind of looks at him and shrugs her shoulders. I do have a tab go. If this doesn't go as well as planned, I can always charge it. Maybe, if he knows. Who the
Oh,
tab
I
belongs.
just remembered. I don't think we ever rolled for our additional credits to start.
You may not have.
Yeah, because we're supposed to. I think it's a 1d100, if I remember.
I believe so. You guys can do so now if you haven't done so. But the influence of the dark side is strong. As you guys are kind of negotiating and talking over prices as Fezzik's out gathering his things, in walks an Imperial soldier. He kind of takes a glance and looks around at all the wares here. How does a D100 roll 12? Plus a 3.
I rolled 2 12s, not 2 10s.
Oh, okay. If you right-click on the D10, there is a percentage that would be the same as a D100.
How do you do that?
Hover over the die, right-click, and then it will give you a percentile.
Which die?
The
I see
D10.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, nice.
The Imperial soldier kind of looks around, sees your group, and decides to walk over.
How can we help you today?
Just checking out a few things here. Just seeing what's up.
Nothing quite is up yet. We're just in the market for a medical droid. Are you, shopping?
I don't care about your business. What's wrong with your friend there? As he points to Arden.
She took a bit of a bad blaster fire. It's why we're looking for a medical droid.
Common ruffians.
Afraid you'll find a lot of that sort here. You not been in Narshada long?
Not when we arrest control.
Ah, so that's what the fleet's doing out there.
Do you live under a rock?
If I did, I'd hope it would be a rock far away from here.
Even the mighty Coruscant has fallen.
Coruscant?
I'm sorry. Are my words not clear?
DM, is that something that we would have heard about, or is that...
As you guys were out and about, no, you haven't heard of it. Though you heard now.
Okay.
Anyways, enough of this lollygagging. Good day. As he turns up his nose and walks out of the shop.
I haven't been keeping my ear to the ground, much as I should have. I didn't know something had happened to Curse.
Yeah, me neither.
Fi will look over at G, and does that mean anything special to you?
I haven't heard anything or sensed anything. Then again, we've been through quite a bit already.
You're not gonna go rushing back, are you?
Once we head back to the ship, I'll see if I can get a signal to the temple.
Alright, just don't go jumping overboard. We could still use someone of your talents with all this creepy stuff.
And Fezzik returns with his tools.
You all look a little off. Is something happened while I was gone?
Some Imperial stooge showed up, and I guess something's happened to Coruscant since we've been wrapped up in all this.
Happen how?
Didn't get a lot of details, but he seemed rather smug about it.
Well,
The
it's,
Jawa interjects. Yo, come fix!
Yeah, I'll get right on
Pablo!
that.
Pablo!
And we can talk about this later, and I'll head over and make my mechanics check, I'm assuming.
All right. So the default is going to be 2 purple, 2 black.
Okay. And I will be using my custom toolkit and my hydro spanner, which each give me It's a lot of dice on this one.
Hey.
Hey.
One success is better than none.
That is all that you needed. As Fezzik goes to work, kind of cranking on bolts and nuts, and after about 15 minutes, the droid kind of springs to life. It brings its arms up as though it was bearing a weapon, and well, fortunately for the party, it did not have one.
Don't do your job too well.
The Jawa is overjoyed. Ooh, 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 good. All right, we make deal. And he kind of moves back behind the makeshift counter that he has, and he is ready to sell that droid.
So who's we're gonna spend from the party funds, right?
We
So
had
there was 950 left from after the dock fees. So that leaves 250 credits. I can ship in 100.
I can do the rest.
Arden's
Okay.
like, please heal me.
pretty much. So if everyone marks off the mun,
How much did I owe?
150.
Gotcha.
All right. The Jawa is very grateful for the business. Essentially, you have the free writ of this droid. We can come up with a name and kind of descriptor for it later.
A name?
Yeah.
Gotta call it something.
Yeah.
Droidy McDroid face.
No.
yeah,
No.
Granny Smith.
Dr. McDoctor face.
All right. But again, it also needs repaired and is going to require some time. Objective 1, complete. What's next?
All right. Well, we need to get him back to the ship. Let's walk and talk a bit, shall we?
Sounds good.
I still have a couple of people I want to knock heads with before we take off. If something has happened to Coruscant, then I would be very interested in G getting on the communicator and figuring out if she can find any new information.
And we could also see if there's anybody here who knows anything about what was it again? Center Point Station, the one we're looking for.
Yep, that's what I was hoping I might could get a little bit more information out about.
Yeah, because one of them is in the Outer Rim.
This is as good a place to do it as any.
All right. Anything else before you head back to your ship?
I think we were gonna stop there first to do the phone call.
Okay. So, as you board the ship, G, you can take control of the communique. You can reach out to your Jedi brethren. It's a little difficult getting hold of someone, but eventually you do get in touch with a young Jedi Knight. The communication is a little staticky, but G, I'm glad you're alive. It appears to be a male, maybe mid-20s or so. He no longer has the Padawan braid as he is a full knight. He seems to be a little winded and a little shook up.
What's going on out there? We heard some news that Coruscant was in trouble.
Yes, we didn't see it coming. Malgus attacked the temple. We lost Venzalo, and the temple, Coruscant, has been sacked. We are spreading out.
It's awful.
Yes, they came unawares. I don't know the particulars, but I was able to stave off as many as I could, but we were forced to retreat. They must have been 50 or 60 strong.
DM, would I, in character, know that this was during a attempted peace negotiation?
Possibly.
I don't know how public those were.
Let's make, Streetwise would be pretty good. Or lore, your choice. Difficulty is going to be 3.
And I will spend a light destiny point.
May the force be with us.
Ooh. Was that a good?
Sorry. I keep forgetting. My mouse is just dead. And out of habit, I keep hitting that button. So you are able to discern that the peace talks were indeed going back and forth. However, it appears the Empire reneged and launched, well, what you're finding out now, had launched a full-on frontal assault and has sacked Coruscant.
Fi will kind of collapse back in the co-pilot chair. Like, I can't believe I thought that we were finally getting to the end of this stupid conflict. They were in peace talk. How could this happen?
Do you know of anywhere else on Coruscant that was attacked?
I mean, striking such a blow as they did, we were not able to hold off. They've taken seat in government. They have basically full control of the planet as of now. He will.
don't think
Go ahead.
I don't think smugglers are going to be able to help you Republic idiots out of this one.
With the way that things are now, war is just spreading like a wildfire across the galaxy. We're just too few to spread thin.
You are magic warriors with like light swords. How are there too few of you? One of you should be able to wipe them all.
He starts to get a little perturbed. Gee, I don't know who your companion is, but try to keep things in order in your own house.
I'll do my best.
Understood. Unfortunately, I'm going dark for a while. We're still on the move. They've got their forces out, just scouring the city. I hope to be able to get off planet soon. May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
May the force be with us.
And the communication ends.
Yeah, well, you do the best you can do, G. And Fi will leave the ship in a huff.
It seems to me like things are going to be getting a hell of a lot worse before they start getting any better.
All right, what does the party intend to do?
Well, for one thing, I'm going to track down the source of that sick beat. It sounds like there's a hell of a party going on somewhere.
As Fezzik pulls out his glow stick.
Yeah, y'all pick a direction.
Center point was still on the table, I believe.
Yep. So we could poke around. Who was it that had contacts here? Was that Phi?
Yep.
Yeah, so we could check with your contacts, see if they know anything. Otherwise, I guess just ask around, but I don't know who we'd ask.
All right. Is your contact from your background?
Yeah, I didn't have a specific one in mind. Just
Okay.
growing up here, Fi wasn't much of a lore or, knowledgey person, but maybe he would have known where to ask, where to look. I'm asking you.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. All right. So you remember growing up and befriending is not the exact maybe term, but you remember a Corrin that was pretty useful. Always had his hands into things. If you could maybe find that person, they might be able to shed some light on some things.
Once the party reconvenes and Fi joins back up with them. So, it's been a while, and I don't even know if he'll still be here, but I did know somebody who seemed to know a whole lot about a whole lot of things, and he'll give them his general description and maybe where he used to be, so if you guys can help me track him down.
Seems like it could be worth a shot then.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, do you want to do some searching around? Still got a couple light side points on the table.
As a, can you spend, when you introduce a fat into the narrative, would it be like cheating to just say I introduced that he was at this place?
If it's cheating, then I will bring it down, so to speak.
Okay, well, I would say that Fi would go to a diner that he used to eat at, and if I could spend a light side point to have the corn be having a good old cup of Joe there, then that'd be great.
Okay. Go ahead and spend the point. So you go in, and unfortunately, the corn is not going to be there. However, somebody else is going to recognize you. Kind of staunch man in bristling armor. His helmet is set on the countertop. Your basic everyday bucket head. He looks over at you, kind of looks up, like thinking, searching his brain. Well, if it isn't Virus. He slams his hand down on the table.
Oh. Do I recognize this person?
Mando buddy.
Alright. Hi, it's been a while. How are things?
He just interjects over you. Oh yeah, it's been a good long time. Hey, sweetheart, bring us some Jawa juice over here. You friends of yours? Yeah. He kind of tries to count 6, which is obviously too many. Come sit. So he kind of scooches over. He moves his blaster rifle over into the corner of the kind of the sit down. Think of it like a restaurant type table. Come sit.
Come sit. All right.
What do the other party members do?
Arden is just happy to be getting possibly 2 things. Or drinks, whatever.
Okay.
I'll kind of see if I can scooch into that corner and kind of eye his weapon and see if it looks like it's got anything particularly stand out about it.
Oh yeah. You can see that he definitely has taken some time and made hardpoints, good use of them. He sees you eyeing his weapon. She's a beaut, ain't she?
Yeah, I was just admiring her. She's got a lot of good work done to her. I can tell you care about her.
Oh yeah. Taking down imps, taking down republics, it's all the same.
I see you remain as resolutely gray as ever.
It's been a long time. I didn't think I'd run into you here. He looks over at the robed character. How about you, Forehead? You gonna join us?
Yeah, I'm gonna sit down and like have pay attention to the conversation, but also keep an eye out to see if anyone's looking at us.
There are a few people looking over, just because of the boisterous nature of this Mando. But after a few moments, they kind of go back to their everyday kind of conversations and such. At this point, the waitress will come over and start divvying out the cups of Jawa juice, aka coffee. He's like, "Oh, thanks, love. So, what's this, your crew?"
For the moment, yeah, we're working together.
Oh, it's always nice to have a home.
Can't say I got it much from this place. How about you?
Just here on some light business.
Look, I'll be straight with you. I'm looking for Jarrett, the old Corn. You remember him? Always really funny and knew so much about it.
Oh, the squid head? Yeah, I saw him maybe 4 nights past. What you got business with the syndicate for?
We're just looking for some information. We got a tip of a little bit of the next step on our journey being someplace we don't know quite how to get to, and I think he might be able to help.
Yeah, probably. He's got all that info shoved into his tentacles, I bet. Well, anyways, it's good catching up. He leaves some credits on the table to pay for the coffees, as he kind of scooches his way out of the seat, grabs his rifle. Oh, silly me. Here, he kind of pulls out his data pad with a small chip, downloads something, tosses it to the table. This'll point you in the right direction.
Thank you. It's glad to see you're still looking out for each other.
Yeah, as he puts on his helmet.
I wanted to ask, do I notice, like, how tattooed is he compared to last time I saw?
It's hard to tell with all the armor, but you don't remember seeing those neck tattoos. And as he gets up to go, he will speak.
It'll go blowing your head off.
And you do the same.
And he exits the establishment. The waitress comes over. Oh, I'm so glad to be rid of him. At least he paid this time.
This time.
Yeah, it's okay.
Just be lucky you didn't resort to violence.
You guys need anything? Need any bantha chops or some, I don't know, potatoes?
I'll have a potato.
That actually sounds really good. I'll have one too, actually.
Okay.
We'll stop for a light brunch.
All right. Pretty cheap. The 4 of you, if you're eating, we'll just say it's 10 credits a person.
Will that regain my health?
No, but it'll fill your belly.
Good enough for getting her back in shape.
Alright, and then we can take the chip he left us and...
Does
start
anybody
looking
have
at
a data pad? Did anyone buy one?
I don't have one. Does
Sorry, my
anyone?
audio cut out. What was the question?
Did anybody buy a data pad?
No, but I could potentially have one in my slicer. It does mention it in the description.
All right. Yeah, if it mentions it, then we'll say that's close enough. All right, you slide the chip in. It's just got a little dossier on Jarek, the Corn, and a little bit on the Syndicate, though it's light reading. It's not into all their nefarious deeds. But he has given you a rendezvous kind of contact point. And of all places, since we mentioned it earlier, it is a Jek Tar bar.
Well, that looks like it'll be fun.
Mm-hmm. So, who here doesn't know what Jek Tar is?
Everyone, I assume.
All right,
I
so
don't.
I remember the name, but I don't remember what it.
all right, so you've got a little bit of adversity to overcome here. What are you guys gonna do?
What kind of role would that be?
Let's see. It would be Underworld's not really the best. Outer Rim would work. Xenology would work. Or Streetwise.
I've got a streetwise, if anything, if nothing else.
Okay.
I have Outer Rim.
Yeah, I could do Outer Rim as well.
All right. Who's rolling? Everybody rolling? Let's build up that strain. Yeah. Difficulty. Basically, Streetwise is going to be difficulty 2. Xenology is going to be difficulty 3. And Outer Rim is going to be difficulty 1.
Difficulty 1, you said, for Outer Rim?
Correct. 3, 2, 1. I guess in the order I did was 2, 3, 1. Aw, if you had any strain, you guys could recover him. So, when Jek Tar is mentioned, I imagine Phyrus is kind of reading over this. Fezzik, G, and Arden kind of all look at each other, look at Phyrus. No comprehension is on his face. Jek Tar is a bar essentially designed for aliens, and in different sections, there's what most species would consider toxins are pumped into the air, and it's kind of like, think of a juice bar for aliens, but with again, quote unquote toxins to average citizens.
Is it for like the species that don't breathe oxygen, or like even worse than?
Yeah, and some of them, some chemicals would have different effects on different species as well, so they could get kind of a room contact buzz as well.
Oh,
But for your average person, these sorts of things are toxic.
well, looks like we're gonna need some respirators.
Mine built in. I'm gonna tap my foot.
As you guys are kind of discussing things, on the outside of the bar, you can see 3 Imperial troopers just kind of walking by. They look in the bar temporarily and kind of continue on.
Okay, I don't think we should maybe stay in one place too long. What's the plan, folks?
Well,
I'm down for
we're
anything
just
if
looking
it
for the
means.
one guy, right?
Yeah.
Though I think it begs mentioning, he's not going to be giving away information like this for free. There's going to be questions asked and favors needed.
Well, I'm kind of strapped for cash after that last interaction, so I don't know how we're going to deal with that, but I don't think I'll be much help.
I'm used to giving favors, so this won't be anything new.
Well, I don't know that it'll be money all the time, and he'll look at Arden, and I'm pretty sure it's not the favors you're thinking. These type of guys, they prefer, damn it, Arden, service, not your kind.
Hey, don't discriminate. You never know.
Point being, you're gonna have a difficult time getting there because of the toxins, but even once we get there, this won't be lemonade stand talk.
Well, I mean, if it's going to be an issue of being able to breathe or not, I'm going to be fine in my particular suit. It's got its own air center built into it, but I don't know how the rest of you all fare.
I've got a respirator if it helps. Those kind of toxins.
A respirator will allow you entry, but it can only filter out so much. So prolonged exposure could be bad, but it's definitely possible.
Okay, so it's better than nothing.
Absolutely.
That's about what I have too. Does G have any respirator or means of?
Nope.
You can babysit the droid.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to sit this one out, Padawan.
There's always light side points.
If you want to sit this one out.
No.
I mean, if I do, I could look over the artifacts that we collected again. See if I can get any more information out of them.
That is certainly possible.
Use whatever you want to do. I was kind of giving you a hard time.
Plus, with the news of course, it'd probably be best if I keep a low profile.
I'll say if you do decide to head back to the ship and take a look at that artifact again, maybe let either one of our new droid friends know to come get us if you start acting weird.
Okay.
So, 3 of us are gonna head to the bar then tonight.
Okay, we'll do bar, ship, bar. All right, as you guys line up outside this club, we'll say it's kind of midday. They're not super busy, though there is a bit of a line. Some of the beefier races, EotE and Trandoshan, seem to be hired kind of muscle outside as they're kind of letting some people in and out. The line kind of shunters back and forth. 15-20 minutes, you guys will finally be up to the front. The Trandoshan kind of eyes who's in the lead.
Phi will be.
What do you want?
Looking for someone.
Found someone, you have.
Looking for someone particular.
These friends of yours?
Yeah.
30 credits.
Each or all?
He just said 30 credits.
I will give him 30 credits because I am a scared boy.
All right. They kind of step aside and allow entry for the 3 party members. As you guys enter.
Oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Am I allowed to do that? Is that not safe? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Not like a masquerade ball, like your breathing apparatus.
So I think you didn't go through that first part.
Not like a masquerade ball, more like your breathing apparatus.
Right. We are using our breath mask.
Okay. So as you guys enter in, you see like a sea of kind of mist rolling around with various colors of lights, purples, blues, pinks, bright orange, yellows, as it's kind of like a kind of dance party in here. Many patrons are dancing. You'll see Twi'leks, humans, just a whole plethora. If Jarek's here, it's going to be hard to find. So, you guys would have a few things at your disposal. You could try to charm somebody. They may potentially know the whereabouts. You could, let's see. Streetwise is always applicable. Perception would be applicable. How you guys going about finding Jarek?
I have all of those, so what's the easiest one?
Go flirt with someone.
What's the easiest one? As the difficulties become 5.
I mean, I can go do that if you want me to.
You pick what you want to do.
Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Right.
What's the difficulty on that then?
Tell me what you're doing and I'll let you know.
I'm charming, I guess.
Okay, so you're going to try to buddy up with somebody, see if you can't get more information out of them. Difficulty 2. Because you have the apparatus on, you are going to be at 1 setback die.
I'll just look around. I know we're looking for a quarren, so I'll just try and see if there's like a special room where they seem to be hanging out.
All right, perception, difficulty 2. Because of the smoke and everything, you're going to be at 2 setback die. Arden, suffer 2 strain. This person, she's just not that into you. Or he.
If I would like to go straight to like a bartender and start it's gonna just ask him like, "Hey, look, I'm looking for this person. Think you could point me to him?"
Okay, so just kind of straight talking.
Negotiate.
Yeah, negotiate will work. Fezzik, as you're kind of looking around the room, you don't succeed in finding exactly, but you do see kind of a difference in one section, though you're not sure why. With your interaction, Virus, 1 for the mask setback.
And light set.
Oh.
Oh, damn.
All right. So as you're discussing with this, we're gonna say
Turns out the bartender is him.
that'd be pretty funny, right? Virus, as you're talking with the bartender, it's a Barabel. They also have a respirator on. As you're kind of talking, the Barabel is going to give you a little information. This one thinks Jarek's in the back. As she points over to the direction, you will see Fezzik also kind of eyeing that direction, not approaching, but keeping his distance. But obvious that they are looking over there, and you will see Arden just kind of get totally turned down by somebody.
Thank you for the pointer. Give me a drink. Something that's not gonna kill me.
Yes, this one thinks you get one on the house. What business do you have with Jarek?
He'll thumb his chest. This one just wants some information from an old friend.
They always want information. The Barabel lays the drink down on the counter, and then you instantly see kind of the juxtaposition that you're in. How do you drink with a respirator on?
A well-placed straw.
No, he'll just wink at her and take it and walk over and motion for his friends to flank.
All right, as she was a he, they get, this one thinks you should leave.
Oh no.
It's hard to tell.
I don't know. I said she because I thought there was a female pronoun in there, but maybe it was just Arden being.
It was
It
for
was
Arden
Arden.
being gay.
Back to the ship. We will deal with G. You said that you wanted to investigate this artifact. Kind of describe how you're going about that.
I guess kind of looking to see if there's like any like symbols. Yeah, I guess we'll start with like symbols just to see if I can like interpret anything.
So you're kind of approaching this with your brain, kind of looking for hidden symbols. Like, I guess, give me a little more detail.
Yeah, trying to see if there's like something hidden or like if it's like a mechanism to like open something.
All right, perception, difficulty 3.
Okay.
Roll those beautiful dice. Oh, that success. You will take 2 strain. As you're examining this object, trying to be very careful with it, not knowing exactly what the future holds, you are going to find out there is some sort of manual inputs. You will learn that you now have access to, quote unquote, the gatekeeper. What it will do is it will manifest a sentient hologram into existence, and think of it as a prompt or a means to interact with the device. Do you wish to do so?
Sure.
You don't know the power of dark side.
All right. So, as you kind of work over the apparatus, the being appears. It is a woman in dark red robes, face painted white like a geisha, cracks, it almost looks like cracks, like the skin is breaking away. They stand there, arms folded in a rested kind of steeple position. It looks down at you. What is your desire?
Knowledge.
What will you do with knowledge? You know at this point you are being tested.
To learn from it.
Okay. Success, but a despair. I believe this is the first one that we've had in the campaign.
Yep.
Mhm.
Sorry, I forgot to spend a point. All right. The woman looks down upon you. Knowledge comes with a high price. All right, let's do this. Emanating from the object, streaks of purple, blue lightning leap from it, dance across your body. You are going to take 8 points of damage minus your soak. Power comes to those who can withstand nature and harness it. What will you do with the darkness?
Recalling what he knows from his Jedi teaching, he will say, I will bring light to the darkness.
Okay. All right. The vision speaks one last time. You search in folly. There is no light, only darkness. And the vision turns off.
Gene's just gonna sit down and compose himself a little bit.
Nice.
All right. Some meditative kind of trance. Think back on this. We are going to flip back over to the other group. All right. You guys have successfully made your way at this point back to meet with Jarek. He is sitting on a very plush, almost like bantha hide couch, and or a nerf would be more appropriate. He's got several almost quote-unquote concubines at his side. As he sees the group move in, he kind of dismisses the girls. There are 4 armed guards within. They kind of look you over. Jarek, let's see if he recognizes. He speaks up as the group enters. What? My time is important.
Hey, Jarek, you probably don't recognize me. It's been a few years. And now, is there like a chair opposite to him?
Think of it as like a 3/4 U-shaped kind of plush couch. He's sitting at the base of the U, so there are seats on either side of him. There seems to be another kind of plush thing set in the center. Drinks are set out in that, and minor refreshments.
He'll kind of sit down next to a respectful enough distance. And it's Virus, Linday. Last time you saw me, I was a little brat of a kid that used to bother you for information at the diner.
Seems like the only thing that's changed is your age. Who are your friends?
This time I bring drinks, and I'll hand him the thing I got from the bar and wave my friends close.
Awesome. Next interaction, you'll have a boost die. Come sit. Make it short.
Glad to see your temperament's improved. We're looking for information about a space station.
Care to be more specific? He seems to be slightly annoyed at this point.
Centerpoint Station. Outer Rim. No, it's here.
As
Just don't know
soon as you
exactly.
say center point, why would you want to go there?
That's my business. I was just asking if you knew how to get there.
He strokes his face tentacles. Interesting. Well, your business could be my business. Tell me why I should help you.
Well, if for old time's sake doesn't count for much, then how about because my friends here and I are a bit more capable than an 11-year-old boy, and we can maybe scratch your back if you scratch.
I see. Do you have a ship? Or is it just scrap, kind of bandaged together?
Probably more of the latter, but I can fly her. You know I'm good for that.
Let's see. Perhaps we could do business. I have a few things of merchandise I need to move. If you could do so for me, I will find the center point station for you.
And I assume the usual non-disclosure of said items goes as followed.
Do we need to go into the details?
Not at all. Just tell me what you want me to do.
We'll make arrangements. The items will be moved to your ship. You don't have to worry about them. Just make sure that you don't do any early drop-offs.
I wouldn't dream of it. Where do you want them to go?
All the information will be sent.
Alright, well, he'll look at Arden and Fez like, sounds good to you guys?
Well, as
She
long as we
shrugs
don't
at-
draw too much attention to ourselves.
I see. Then we have an arrangement. Once you've delivered the goods, I will hold up on my end. And Fyrus, remember this. We're not the young kids that we once were. If you cross me, or fail me, I will kill you.
Well, if I'm getting that rusty, then I'm letting you down. One sec. I forgot his name. Okay. Yeah,
Jarek?
if I'm getting so rusty that I'm letting you down, Jarek, then you have my permission to shoot me dead.
I don't need permission from anyone. Be gone. As you're starting to move, presumably out of the area, Fezzik, one of the Twi'lek dancers, looks over at you and gets a little too close. You know how you have that kind of personal space bubble? They're moving in on that. They kind of tap on the metal transparent steel viewport that you have on the front. Oh, is that Fezzik?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I was wondering when you were coming back around.
Well, I had to lay low for a while after everything that happened. Bit of chaos, you know how it is.
Yeah, I understand chaos. I had to start dancing here to pay for our little one.
Arden
I'm sorry.
reaches
what?
out. Arden reaches out and grabs Fyrus and starts quickly stepping through the doorway to get away from whatever drama they're starting.
Oh, that is
Hey,
awesome.
Wait, no, I wanted to. Arden.
It's not your business. We don't need to know.
This would be the look probably on Fezzik's face.
Called it.
All right, baby daddy.
Are you going to take care of our little one?
You'll have to refresh my memory a little bit. When did this happen?
You don't even remember my name?
Do I remember her name?
Okay, let's do this. Let's do... it's going to be an intelligence-based check. Let's do... No, that wouldn't be... Maybe will would work. Let's do a discipline roll. You are at... 2 purple and 1 red.
Don't think it's conceivably possible, but I will give it
Oh,
a
it's
shot.
always possible.
And I will go ahead and, since we've got a lot of them, I'll spend a light side point.
Okay, so you can upgrade one of your green die. There you go.
Hey.
Oh, you remember her. What was her name? Janice.
Of course I remember you, Janice. It's just, like I said, I had to leave in a hurry. There was a lot of things went down in all at once, and, you know, my mind is not quite all together yet.
Oh, but you're back now. Come. I'm sure.
Well,
Jer-
back is a relative term. I'm making a pit stop. There's important stuff that has drawn my attention here, but I'll be moving on again, unfortunately.
So she's like, was I just another pit stop? And the look in her eyes is like,
You need to shut the fuck up.
she seems to be very, very angry.
No, you weren't a pit stop. I'm saying I was making a pit stop here right now.
All right, so
Roll
That
initiative.
fellow that fellow there I was talking to is why I came here.
all right, so you're trying to fast talk your way out of this. I would let you use your charm, or you could use coercion.
I believe both are the same for me, so.
All right,
Go ahead
she
and
she
charm.
she is very upset. Difficulty is going to be 2 and 2 setback die.
Hey, go nuts with the light side if you need. Oh, you.
As Fezzik's kind of straining himself, go ahead and suffer 1 to come up with a logical type excuse. He's able to kind of calm her down just a little bit, and exiting remarks. What do you say to her as she finally lets you go?
Now, I promise I will come and get in contact with you again when I get the chance. But like I said, things are very busy for me right now, and well, you know, it's a lot of stuff happening at once with well, you know what happened with the huts, right? So when that all gets straightened out, you know, I don't want to put you in any danger, so I'll just lay low until it's safe. All right?
As Fezzik buggers out of there, she's left wondering, like,
What does Jarek think about that?
He's probably pumped and dumped a couple times too, you know.
You're not broadcast.
And that didn't work because stupid button. All right, so very good job in dealing with the obligation that you had there. As we kind of wrap things up here, great job dealing again with that obligation. You guys have agreed to do a job for Jarek, and he has assured you that upon completion of the job, he is going to give you information critical to the next part in your journey.
Hey, sounds good.
All right, so let's get us out of here.